Regular day, you're just walking.
Last fall we received an invitation to attend the grand opening of the Dr. Phillips Center. And when we got to a crosswalk, there was an older white gentleman that was standing there, and he just started making small talk, and he saw our shirts, and he said, "What's the human experience?" And I said, "Oh, you know, it's a private school here in Orlando." And he said, "Where's it located?" And I said, "Washington Shores." And immediately he just got this look on his face, and he said, "Oh, the ghetto."
The ghetto, the ghetto.
The ghetto? Like your feelings are hurt.
I see this look on their face, and part of it is like a pained look, and then another part of it is anger. Like, who does this guy think he is?
I felt less than a human.
And then he says, "You know, it's good you brought your kids to this side of town."
They don't normally get a chance to come this side of town unless they are here to see a basketball game.
This side of town.
Oh, like I didn't belong on that side of town.
And he said, "Oh yeah, you know, they got to be on scholarships because God knows their parents can't afford to send them to private school." I was kind of taken aback. I had never experienced anything like that before. You know, you hear about targeted racism, and you hear about things like that happening. But when you actually have it happen to your kids, it changes things. In the moment, I didn't really know what to do, and so I just kind of distanced myself and the kids from him, and we just walked on. But it was definitely one of those moments that I had to wake up. As a white man teaching black children, I had to wake up and I had to say, this is their reality, and you need to start recognizing that. Does that do you guys like that? So the lie would be on a piece like this. That was really, really eye-opening for me. The fact that my kids can't even cross over to the Dr. Phillips Center, to that side of town, without someone commenting on the color of their skin. It's unbelievable to me, and in a way, you know, it's heartbreaking, and yeah. Oh yeah, you're beautiful, nothing less, nothing more. And leave your hesitations and your toxic boxes too. Some of my students felt denied. Some of my students, they tried to step into the things that they loved, and they tried to step into an art field, and someone said, "You shouldn't be here. No, you don't belong here on this side of town." And that's a very present reality for our kids. And so with our performance in the Creative City Project, we want to say that no, we have a voice here. We have something unique that we can bring to the city, that we can add to our arts culture as we move forward. I want to lay out what is happening, because we're going to have a lot of different things happening. We're going to have people that are going to be working on the performance, doing some RIP, doing some Acorn. We're going to have some people who are working on the actual props.
Besides being my teacher, Mr. Smith is my counselor. He helps me when I'm in my bad times or not in the right mind. He helps me get back on track.
And leave your hesitation.
Mr. Smith to me is like a second father figure.
I will come ready to learn and grow.
He is support to the parents. He is the bus driver at times. He is this ball of energy for the class. He moves the class.
I will never give up. Cause baby, I got grit.
My name is Dayon Jones. I'm in 7th grade. When I grow up, I want to be a marine biologist.
I will never give up. I will never give up. I will never, ever, 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 ever give up. Yes. Produces. It produces. It produces. It produces. Champion! My primary concern, Danita's primary concern when we started the Human Experience, was whether other teachers and other administrators would love our children as much as we love them. That was the deciding factor for us. We saw the potential in our children. What if our students were given the right environment to grow? Who would they become? Where would they go in life? 10 years from now, would we be reading their name in the newspaper because they've been arrested? Or would we be reading their name in the newspaper because they've started a small business?
If I wasn't a student at the Human Experience, I would probably be getting into a lot of trouble.
I wouldn't have the opportunities that I have now.
And when we saw the genuine fear in them, the fear that they would lose a version of themselves that they'd always dreamed of through elementary school, but when they hit middle school, so many of them feared the reality of that. To see that type of fear in your kids' eyes, it makes you think. And especially as a teacher, it makes you think, what can I do to fill that need? And so that kind of birthed a lot of our thoughts as we started moving into building the school.
I said I will come ready to learn and grow. I will
Rest in peace. Come low and out. Rewind. That was it.
I found out that he was sacrificing his salary to open up the school for us, so we wouldn't have to go to another school and have to struggle at another school.
Does that sound like a plan? Yes. All right, excellent.
And so for them to say, I'm willing to teach your children even if I don't get paid. Now, of course, I was like, well, how sustainable and attainable is that?
I see you, and tomorrow I got you. You all have been exceptional, and you've worked diligently this entire time. I'm expecting greatness from that table.
Danita is transitioning out of the human experience. She's still going to be on our board of directors. She's still going to be present on our campus from time to time. And in many ways, Danita will always be here in spirit. And when I talk to my kids, when my kids talk to each other, many of the words that come out of their mouths are her words.
Make kind choices, use kind words, and be supportive of one another's ideas.
So when Miss Jones, our other teacher, left, I was crying very hard, and I went straight to Mr. Smith. When he accepted me on his shoulder, that's how I knew he really did care about me, because he let me cry on his shoulder, and that's not just how a teacher would do. That's a real father figure or somebody who would really care about you.
And instead of Mr. Smith being angry or bitter, he came up with a whole new plan.
This is not the ghetto. That's not good.
To make the human experience dream more real than ever.
I will never give up. Even my mind says to quit. I will never give up.
When we started the human experience, most of our students were angry. Their parents wanted them to come to this private school, but they didn't want to go to the private school. Even though they had expressed initial concerns that, oh, middle school is going to be tough, it's going to be hard, when they came here, it was almost like the grass is greener on the other side. As if their zone schools or the schools their friends went to were heaven. And the work that we were putting them through and the grit that we were asking them to show was torture. And there were so many times when students would just be like, I don't want to be here. And over and over and over. And we fought that battle for the first 6 or 7 months last year. And then there was this time last spring where we hit a turning point with the kids. And they really started understanding why we were here, and they realized that this wasn't our school, this was their school as well. And they started investing, and they started pouring into the songs.
I am still black. City beautiful, and I am here to put some lives to rest.
Excellent.
One, two, three, family!
The last time I crossed a busy street, I was reminded of the color of my skin. I was reminded that some people thought my neighborhood, education, and family are inferior. I was reminded that some people thought I didn't belong here. But tonight, I'm back, City Beautiful, and tonight I'm still black, City Beautiful, and I'm here to put some lives to rest.
The man, when he said all of those things, he made me feel very upset and angry. But after I got through all of those emotions, I think I told myself, I wanted to tell the man thank you, because he motivated me.
Top prize! Gold medal! Go ahead and test! Dominate! Nothing less! We can't do it, watch me put them out of rest! Boom! Put that out of rest! Boom! Boom! Put that out of rest!
One of the questions that I pitched to my students does black equal white in modern day American society? And the answer unanimously was no, it does not.
We're using this imagery of Division Street to say that we're here and that we believe in unity.
Part of the mission of our school is to make that equation true, to make sure that 10, 20, 30, 50 years from now, that equation is a little bit more true than it was before we came along.
Speak up. They're on the phone, on the phone, on the phone. Speak up, speak up.
They belong there. They have a place there. They have a voice there. And at the end of that day that we went to the Dr. Phillips Center, one of the greatest things is we were standing on the stage and we were looking out at the seats in the Dr. Phillips Center in the main auditorium. And one of my students looks over at me and he says, "Mr. Smith, we're going to perform on this stage one day." And I said, "Yeah, we will. We will." And I think that's the goal, is that it becomes normal for our students and for students on this side of town to engage with the city center.
SIN! Now that's an acronym. Each letter got a word in the back of him, and each word got a verse and we pack it in. Spring loaded, here we go, pop the top in there. SIN! Get it, get it, get it. Translating blue glasses to bugles and class. They see in 3D, it's spread to the masses. Define, demonstrate, and describe like it's magic. So we reach, but burning our passions, now smash it. That song said, teaches context clues. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Human Experience. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for joining us for this Creative City Project performance.
Sentinel newspaper, check it out, yeah. Do us the favor. Promise that you will love it later. I promise we got Central Florida flavor.